Welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel, and for today we have the MiniGT Bugatti Vision GranTurismo in silver. So to start things off, let's look at the casting. From every angle we look very good, which means our proportions are accurate as you would hope they are. So going over our plastic parts real quick. Our plastic parts are most of this rear wing section here, our little dorsal plate thing, dorsal fin, our dive planes up front, I believe, are plastic as well, and that is going to be it for our plastic things, unless you want to count our engine, which is exposed and looks very nice there. Our base has actually got some detailing on it, which looks nice and good. And then in addition to that, all of these little vents here are all casted in. As you can see, I can actually poke into them. So that looks really nice. And that is going to wrap up our casting category. It's just about as good as you could hope for it to be. Moving on to our paint and deco, we have just kind of a nice silver plain Jane kind of a paint scheme. We've got a metallic silver paint, and then we've got some blue accents going around here, complemented with the blue outline of the wheels. This blue accents have been present on every single release, and they are the reason I skipped the yellow release, because I did not think the blue and yellow kind of meshed really well, but on this silver version, they look pretty good. We have all this kind of black area is all carbon fiber, so that whole thing is tiny little replicated carbon fiber, and it looks fantastic. It looks absolutely amazing. So except for our areas which are our base, all of this is going to be carbon fiber detailed, which looks amazing. One thing to note of, this is not a real-life color scheme that this car would have ever been in real life. There's only one prototype, I guess, of this car because it's a video game-based car, and it was the blue one that we saw the first release of. For our detail department, up front, we do have our Bugatti logo right where you'd want it. You even have the 16. This is an extra little piece there, kind of stamped into that, I guess. We do have headlights. They are up there. They are a little bit tough to see. They are there, and they are also their own little pieces. You can hear that. Our taillights here are actually painted on, but this piece itself could be an insert. I can't quite tell. This exhaust tips, though, those are an insert. Down here, we have a couple little sponsor logos printed on, as well as we have some little logos on the windshield that you typically see on race cars. Down here at the end of the rear wing, we have our French flag on both sides. And that is going to basically do our detail category, because we really don't have a lot to talk about here. Now, does it roll? This being a Mini GT model, it does in fact roll, and it rolls nicely, nice and smooth. So for our pros and cons, to start things off with the pros, we have this amazing carbon fiber detailing. I cannot even begin to describe to you guys how good that looks. There's just no, pictures aren't going to do it justice. The video is not going to do it justice. It looks amazing. So huge points for that. And then the detailing, just all these extra little pieces, the headlights, the exhaust tips, even these vents back here, everything just looks great and comes together really nicely. For our cons, I really don't have any massive cons. I would say the biggest thing you need to look for, though, is this shark fin here. It can be really fragile, and you just want to be careful with that. So it's just a piece of plastic that inserts into the top here, and then it's just kind of here, sitting on top. So as you can see, it even has a little bit of wiggle to it. So it's a little bit fragile, but that is the closest thing I can come up with for any kind of a con with this release. And now for some size comparisons with some other Bugattis you might have in your collection, with the Hot Wheels Chiron and the Matchbox Devo. And here it is with some other wild cars you might have in your collection, with the Maesto Lamborghini Terzo Milanio and the Tarmac Works Pagani Zonda Revoluzione. And finally, here it is next to the initial blue release. As you can tell, casting is pretty much the same, but the color choice really shines differently. Weirdly, though, the blue one is actually a little bit heavier now that I'm holding them side by side here, but so what are my overall final thoughts? We are going to give this release of the MiniGT Bugatti Vision GranTurismo in silver a 9 out of 10. While it doesn't look quite as nice as the initial blue one, in my opinion, I think this is about as good of a release as you can hope for. And if you did miss out on the blue one, or you just want a second color option, I think this is the best choice you can get. So we're going to give it a 9 out of 10. Definitely one you should add to your collection. And that will wrap up my review. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Comment your thoughts down below so I can see what you think. And with that, I will see you in the next video.